Okay then, Helldivers, we are back and we have got loads to go over today as the entire development team seems to have been in Discord today with the Baskinator, Mitchmas, Shams Jorjani and even B-Vitamin hitting the Discord to answer your questions with some burning ones indeed, including some answers towards the current major order, the size of the writing team, which may well actually shock you, and Shams Jorjani talks about performance patch. This is an interesting piece of information, so make sure that you stay tuned to it. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you check out our incredible sponsor, Instant Gaming, the platform where you can get your video games cheaper for PC and console, with the best deals, offers, promotions and discounts, all running up to 70% off on old and new games. The link's down in the description. It's an absolute no-brainer. And if you want to get involved with our giveaway to get hold of some extra super credits towards your Warbonds, well, all you have to do is head down into the comment section and put a red love heart in there to actually motivate people to use that Railcannon red beam. Yeah, it's a nightmare, but nonetheless, we'll announce that one in a few days' time. With that being said, let's dive into the game and see what it is that's happening in Helldivers 2. So, starting off, we're on the Galactic War map, and we can see right now that we have actually managed to liberate Dumataya. Now, this is great news because this is one of the 4 planets we needed to take, originally already holding Dolph. Currently, the Helldivers are over on Julheim, trying to clear that one off with the 0.62 resistance time period, and then it'll be Bekvan moving forward after that by the looks of things. We are only 7.6% of the way through the 2.5 million troopers using the Orbital Railcannon, which, if we take a look down in the dispatch notes right now, we can see that High Command have authorized a fleet-wide use of the Orbital Railcannon for the next 96 hours. The use of this mighty weapon to so irreversibly dismantle automaton conscripts will send a clear message to our enemies. Threats to democracy will result in nothing less than total annihilation. We also saw a new strategic opportunity which involved good old Charbel, stating that the intercepted automaton messages have identified a secure database on Charbel. This presents a rare opportunity to discover enemy plans. If captured, it could provide critical data on upcoming enemy troop movements. Now, this is obviously huge news, as we do always want to find out what the hell it is that's happening and what the troop movements actually are. So we reckon that we can get all 3 planets done between that time period. We've got around 5 days remaining at the point of recording, and we need to take Charbel out at a 2% resistance as well. So, are they just trying to sway us away from the task at hand of Julheim and Bekvan, or are they actually giving us a bit of a bone here? We'll have to wait and see exactly what it is that happens, but this may well reduce the number of troopers that we actually need to take out. Now, talking about the troopers, there seems to be some interesting information on them, because somebody messaged Mitchmas stating, to be clear, you are saying that other conscripts like Marauders, Rocket Raiders, MG Raider, and Commissars do not count for the MO. I don't usually see normal troopers on higher difficulties. And Mitchmas clarified that he had asked, and the answer was only the normal troopers. So it may seem that you may actually have to lower down the difficulty to be able to get more of those to come in, which is probably why our percentage is so damn low. Bit of a nightmare personally, and this major order does seem like it was pretty much guaranteed to be a loss, but we've done some weird things over the last couple of weeks, so we'll see exactly how this one actually plays out. Now, I've got a really random question for you, and have you ever wondered how big the writing team is? Well, somebody on Discord did, and they asked the Baskinator who it is that writes this story. Now, the Baskinator actually clarified that the writers for the entire game are a really small size of about 4 people. This is wild for a game of this size, knowing that 4 people are writing out the entire storyline and giving it to the development team to essentially bring it to life is absolutely baffling. 4 people are the ones that are writing all of this stuff, man. Let that sink in for a second. I was definitely expecting it to be a lot more, but that is just me. Let me know what you were thinking in the comment section below. But majority of you guys are probably thinking about performance patches, and somebody actually asked if we were ever going to get a performance patch. Now, Shams actually clarified that these happen every single time that we get a patch update. They just don't really inform us of it. It says right here, performance patch. For every release, we try to improve quality, stability, and performance. Sometimes we fall short of the mark, and every time we add more new stuff, performance is taxed further. So just know that every time that we actually get an update, they are apparently working on performance and the quality of life inside of things, and making sure that the game can perform a little better, or at least that's what I'm getting from it. Nonetheless, though, if they are doing that, then I would much prefer that they actually add it to the development notes of each patch notes. Even if they just state that they're doing performance updates, then at least we know that they're doing something. Does that make sense? it's just a bit of a weird one that they don't mention that. On top of that, though, somebody else was asking if they were still going to continue dropping Warbonds monthly. Now, we are on a rotation at the moment of about 6 weeks, meaning that the likelihood is that our next Warbond will drop on around the 28th, about 2 days after our Xbox recruits actually come through, but Shams didn't actually respond with a good answer with that. He states, we want to have a good balance between pace, quality, and value. Essentially saying, stop asking me questions about dates, we're not going to give you a time period between each one. It essentially gives them a bit of leeway, which is really, really good for them, and a little bit confusing for us, because it means that they can release it between 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, and even 8 weeks if they so wish, depending on when it is that it's optimal and ready. So when it is that we'll see the next one, we actually have no idea. The 28th is just a guess. On top of that, though, we also have some moves going on behind the scene where somebody was asking if they could unlock things with inside the Warbonds faster with super credits, as right now we only actually have medals, ways of unlocking things inside of the Warbonds. Now, Shams actually stated that they spoke about it the other day, but nothing is yet to be confirmed. So it's kind of interesting, actually, because this is something that I did think about. For those players that don't actually have all that time to play the game, is it a little bit easier for them to just unlock it with super credits, or is that a bit of a cop-out way? Let me know what you guys are thinking, but the likelihood is people would burn through the Warbonds a lot faster if they could just buy it. To be fair, I'm surprised that it's not already in there. Having 10 cent in the table of this game, it really, really shocks me. Anyway, we've got to go through something which actually baffled me, because one of our great moderators, Cthulhu, had actually messaged me a Reddit post that came up over on the Helldivers 2 Reddit. It received 17,000 upvotes, and I was really intrigued. Well, apparently, the Commando is actually ping operated. I am baffled. I had no idea this is how it actually worked, because the developers had never said anything, and I've never thought of using it that way. But yes, the Commando does work as a ping operative. Everyone was thinking this must be new. Obviously, this must be a bug. It's no way this is actually real. And B Vitamin has confirmed that no, it's not a glitch. It's actually been like that. So, yeah, make sure you take your Commando. I'll be using it completely differently from here on out. That's for damn sure. And finally, Shams Jorjani goes over quite a big question right here, as people were asking, now that apparently Arrowhead has enough capital to fund their own game, what were the main lessons that they actually learned from it? Well, Shams had actually stated that it was a massive question. They've obviously learned quite a lot from the title of Arrowhead's Helldivers 2, but the one thing was that they want to start with the pre-production with a small team. Helldivers 2 started with a big team, and that was bad apparently. Well, I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm seeing the good end of the bad on that one. It seems that Arrowhead's Helldivers 2 actually has done quite well, or at least in my opinion, it's done quite well. Anyhow, we'll wait and see what it is that their next production's actually going to be, because I think it could be quite an interesting move, seeing that they're actually going to be functioning this in a completely different manner. Let me know what you guys would want to see from Arrowhead as far as a new title, and how you would want them to actually operate it. I'm really intrigued. Nonetheless, though, we are going to be expanding the channel quite a lot over ongoing months, and Battlefield 6 is going to be one of them. We uploaded a video yesterday if you haven't seen it, and if you do want to check it out, then I'll leave the link down in the comment section and in the description. Do go and give it a look. The game is absolutely incredible, and as of literally tomorrow, you guys are going to be able to dive in for the beta of it. So go and give that a look. But nonetheless, while we talk about comment sections, let's take a look at your top comments from our previous Helldivers 2 video. This first one right here states, I just want to be able to hear a 3-ton Hulk walking up behind me, which, yes, is something that we've been speaking about now for quite some time. We do have a lot of audio issues in the game already, so it would kind of make sense for them to look into the fact that ginormous Hulks and big chargers charging in behind you would actually have sound. I think that that is something that we kind of really want, and I don't think it's a big ask. This next one states right here, the funny solution is to let the super credit farmers handle the rail cannon kills on troopers, which would actually be a really good idea, to be completely honest, and I think that that could actually work. If you guys haven't got enough super credits just yet to get your next Warbond coming up in hopefully a few weeks, well, super credit farming is now underway on the lower levels. Go ahead and get those rail cannon trooper kills. And finally, this states right here, I think it is funny, we are ordered to kill lowly troopers with orbital rail cannons. Now, yes, the orbital rail cannon strategically just targets the bigger things in the area. So if you throw it down into a ginormous horde, the likelihood is it will target a Hulk, or if you're over on the bug sector, the likelihood is that it will target a charger. It just goes for the larger things. So getting the troopers seems to be a little bit of an impossible task, but we'll have to wait and see exactly how it is that we do with it. I feel like the number's going to go down quite a bit from 2.5 million, considering over the last 2 days, we've managed to get 7%. I think that speaks volumes to me. Nonetheless, though, that's unfortunately we've got time for today. If you haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe, post notifications turned on. Appreciate your faces, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.